The concept of the chosen one is a common trope in literature, mythology, and media, often associated with a hero who is destined for a special purpose or mission, typically to save the world or defeat a great evil. This figure is typically marked by certain characteristics, such as extraordinary abilities, a unique birthright, or a prophetic destiny. The narrative surrounding the chosen one often explores themes of responsibility, self-discovery, and the tension between fate and free will. Origins and variations. 1. Mythology and religion. The idea of the chosen one can be traced back to ancient myths and religious stories. In many cultures, gods or divine beings select individuals to carry out important missions. For example, in Greek mythology, heroes like Hercules, are often chosen by gods to complete impossible tasks. In Christian tradition, Jesus is considered the chosen one, sent to fulfill a divine purpose. In the Bible, figures like Moses or David are chosen by God to lead or save their people. 2. Literature. Many works of literature and storytelling feature a chosen one protagonist. Often, these characters are called upon to fight a great evil or bring about a significant change. Examples include Harry Potter. Harry is the chosen one who is fated to defeat Voldemort. The Lord of the Rings. Frodo is selected to carry the One Ring and destroy it to prevent Sauron from taking over Middle-earth. The Matrix. Neo is the chosen one who is prophesied to defeat the machines and bring peace. 3. Anime and pop culture. The trope of the chosen one is also prevalent in anime and other pop culture mediums. For instance, Naruto Uzumaki is destined to become the greatest ninja and bring peace to the world. Dragon Ball Z. Goku, especially in his Super Saiyan form, is often considered the chosen one who fights to protect Earth from various villains. Common traits of the chosen one. Special abilities. The chosen one often has unique powers or talents that are crucial to their destiny. These abilities might be magical, supernatural, or technological in nature. Destined role. A prophecy or mystical force typically dictates their role in the story, and they are usually marked from birth or early childhood. Moral struggles. The chosen one often faces inner conflict, questioning their role or resisting their destiny. They may struggle with the weight of responsibility, the desire for a normal life, or the fear of failure. Mentorship. The chosen one often has a mentor or guide who helps them understand their purpose and prepares them for the challenges ahead, e.g., Obi-Wan Kenobi to Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. Themes explored. Fate versus free will. A central theme in Chosen One stories is whether the hero can break free from their destiny or whether they are bound to fulfill their prophesied role. Sacrifice. The chosen one often faces great personal sacrifice, giving up their own desires, safety, or happiness for the greater good. Self-discovery. Many stories of the chosen one focus on the character's journey of self-discovery, where they learn about their true potential, powers, and purpose. The chosen one archetype in modern media. In recent years, the chosen one trope has been deconstructed or subverted in various works. Some stories explore the burden of being chosen and question the idea of a single hero saving the world. The trope is used to explore themes of collective action, where multiple people or groups play a role in overcoming challenges rather than relying on one individual. For example, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy Summers is the chosen one, but the series often emphasizes teamwork, and she is portrayed as someone who struggles with the weight of her responsibilities. The Dark Knight. While Bruce Wayne isn't technically the chosen one in a mystical sense, the story deals with the concept of a hero who takes on a great responsibility for the sake of others. The chosen one and the larger narrative. In many stories, the chosen one's journey is part of a larger narrative that involves a struggle between good and evil, order and chaos, or other opposing forces. These stories often reflect broader themes of societal or cosmic balance. where the chosen one is a key player in maintaining or restoring this equilibrium. The weight of destiny. One of the core themes of the chosen one trope is the burden of destiny. The individual chosen for a great purpose must reconcile their own desires with the expectations placed on them. This internal struggle is what makes the character relatable to audiences, as it explores human emotions like doubt, fear, and uncertainty. For instance, the chosen one might question whether they are truly worthy of the task, or whether they even want to fulfill their destined role. This self-doubt can lead to moments of weakness or hesitation, but often, overcoming these doubts is a critical part of their development. Mentorship and guidance. The chosen one often receives guidance from a mentor or older figure who has wisdom and knowledge that the protagonist lacks. This mentor, whether a wise old sage, a warrior, or even a supernatural entity, helps the chosen one navigate their path. The mentor often embodies the wisdom of past generations and serves as a reminder that the journey ahead will be difficult, but it is one that can lead to personal growth. However, in some cases, the mentor may not be entirely trustworthy, or their own path may intersect with the chosen one's journey in complex ways. The mentor's role can sometimes be subverted to create narrative tension. The role of the villain. In many stories involving a chosen one, the antagonist is often tied to the hero's destiny in some way, whether by opposing the hero directly or by being the source of the great evil or imbalance that the chosen one is meant to combat. This villain may be the antithesis of the hero, representing chaos, destruction, or corruption. Their presence forces the chosen one to not only confront external threats, but also to grapple with deeper moral and existential questions. For example, in Harry Potter, Voldemort's return and his dark influence on the wizarding world directly correlate with Harry's rise as the chosen one. The villain often serves to challenge the hero's morality, testing their resolve and forcing them to decide whether their fate is truly written or if they can change the world on their terms. The companions of the chosen one. The chosen one is often accompanied by a group of companions or allies who support them in their journey. While the chosen one is often the central figure, the role of these companions can be just as important. The companions may represent various strengths or perspectives that are essential for the completion of the mission. These characters are typically diverse, each with their own skills, backgrounds, and motivations. Through their relationships with the chosen one, they help provide a sense of camaraderie and humanity in the midst of an epic and often lonely journey. In The Lord of the Rings, Frodo is supported by characters like Sam, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gandalf, who each bring different skills and perspectives to the mission to destroy the One Ring. The companions help to remind the chosen one that they are not alone in their quest, and that their success depends on the collective effort of all involved. A call to action. The moment when the chosen one first learns about their fate or is called to action is often a pivotal moment in the story. It can come as a sudden revelation, a prophecy, or a triggering event that forces the protagonist into their role. This event is often marked by a sense of reluctance or even resistance, as the protagonist may not want to accept their destiny. This call to action may come in different forms: a mysterious figure revealing the hero's purpose, an ancient text foretelling their rise, or an external threat that forces the chosen one to step up and act. The reluctance to answer the call is a critical element in many stories, as it highlights the inner conflict of the hero and sets up their growth over the course of the narrative. The chosen one's journey of growth. The journey of the chosen one is often a process of growth, where they evolve from an inexperienced, uncertain individual into a capable hero who can fulfill their destiny. This growth involves overcoming trials, learning important lessons, and facing their fears. Along the way, the chosen one may undergo physical transformations, develop new skills, or gain wisdom from their experiences. In many stories, this growth is not just about becoming stronger or more skilled, but also about developing a deeper understanding of their purpose and the true nature of their destiny. This self-realization often comes at a significant cost, requiring the chosen one to confront painful truths about themselves or the world around them. The testing of the chosen one. Throughout their journey, the chosen one often faces various tests that serve to both prove and refine their worthiness. These tests might not only involve physical challenges, but also mental and emotional obstacles that force the hero to make difficult decisions. The challenges the chosen one faces typically become progressively harder, testing their resilience, morality, and ability to adapt. The nature of these tests can vary greatly depending on the story's world and tone. In a high fantasy setting, they may involve battling mythical creatures or solving ancient riddles. In a more grounded narrative, they may involve personal sacrifices or moral dilemmas that challenge the hero's character. These tests often serve to solidify the hero's place in the world and confirm their readiness to take on the final confrontation with the antagonist. In the Chronicles of Narnia, for example, each of the Pevensey children faces different tests and challenges that help them grow. As they mature, they each demonstrate leadership and bravery that are critical to the final battle against the forces of evil. The Chosen One's ultimate sacrifice. Many stories involving the Chosen One end with a significant sacrifice. This is often portrayed as a final act of heroism that cements the hero's legacy. The sacrifice may come in the form of personal loss, the loss of a loved one, or even the hero's own life. This ultimate act of giving up something of immense value often leads to the fulfillment of the prophecy or the accomplishment of their mission. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Harry's willingness to sacrifice himself to defeat Voldemort illustrates this theme. Harry must make the choice to face death in order to ensure Voldemort's defeat, embodying the ultimate sacrifice for the greater good. Even though Harry survives, the moment of his willing self-sacrifice represents the depth of his commitment to his role as the Chosen One. The sacrifice may also represent a breaking away from the narrative of a singular, infallible hero. Some stories twist the Chosen One trope by revealing that the true strength lies not in the individual, but in the collective power of allies, the community, or the sharing of the burden among many. This helps to subvert the myth that only one person can fulfill a critical destiny. The aftermath. What happens after the Chosen One's victory? After the Chosen One fulfills their destiny, the aftermath of their victory is often explored in various ways. In many stories, the Chosen One's success is not the end of their journey, but the beginning of a new era, with the hero dealing with the consequences of their actions. In some cases, this might mean returning to a quiet life, where the hero has fulfilled their purpose but must now reconcile their past with their future. The hero might find themselves haunted by the memories of what they've lost, or struggling to find peace in a world that may never fully understand the depth of their sacrifice. In The Lord of the Rings, Frodo returns home after the destruction of the ring, but finds that he is forever changed by his experiences. The sense of peace he hoped for is elusive, and the trauma of his journey prevents him from finding complete solace. This serves as a poignant reminder that even after fulfilling their destiny, the Chosen One may still carry the scars of their journey. Subverting the Chosen One trope. In modern storytelling, there has been an increasing trend of subverting or deconstructing the Chosen One trope. Rather than presenting a single, infallible hero, these stories might explore the idea that no one person should bear the weight of saving the world. This shift often emphasizes the importance of collaboration, community, or shared leadership in overcoming challenges. For example, in The Dark Knight, Bruce Wayne is not portrayed as a chosen hero in the traditional sense. Instead, his rise as Batman is driven by personal choice, trauma, and a sense of duty rather than a cosmic destiny. The story emphasizes the consequences of his actions, the limitations of his abilities, and the ethical dilemmas he faces, rather than focusing solely on his heroism. In Avengers Endgame, the heroes come together as a team, with no single Chosen One leading them to victory. Instead, It is their collective strength and sacrifice that ultimately defeat Thanos and save the universe. The film subverts the traditional notion of the Chosen One by showing that even the greatest heroes need one another to succeed. Similarly, The Legend of Korra, which follows the Avatar cycle, presents a more nuanced view of the Chosen One. Korra, the latest Avatar, faces personal challenges, political corruption, and even spiritual crises that question the expectations placed on her. While she is still central to the fate of the world, her growth involves embracing the complexities of her role, rather than simply following a predetermined path. These subversions show a shift away from the idea that a single hero is solely responsible for saving the world and instead highlight the importance of relationships, cooperation, and personal agency in overcoming adversity. Would you like to continue exploring this concept, or dive into another aspect of the Chosen One archetype? The role of legacy and the Chosen One. The concept of legacy is an essential part of many Chosen One narratives, especially when the story explores what happens after the hero's mission is completed. Legacy can refer to the impact the Chosen One has on the world, the lessons they impart, or how they inspire future generations. In many cases, the Chosen One is not only defined by their actions, but also by the way others view them once the dust has settled. Heroes may be remembered as legends, and their deeds may inspire future generations to take up arms or continue their work. The aftermath often involves the hero reflecting on the legacy they leave behind and what they hope future generations will learn from their struggles. In The Lion King, Simba's journey from a young cub to king reflects the idea of legacy. Once he defeats Scar and claims his place on the throne, Simba must reflect on what kind of ruler he will be and what kind of legacy he will leave for the future of the Pride Lands. His journey is ultimately not just about defeating the antagonist, but about restoring balance and passing on the lessons he has learned. On the other hand, some stories explore the consequences of a Chosen One's legacy, where the hero's impact might not be entirely positive. The unintended consequences of their actions can haunt both the hero and those who follow. This is particularly true in stories that deal with moral ambiguity or the complexity of leadership. The Chosen One's final confrontation. The climax of a Chosen One story often revolves around a final confrontation with the antagonist. This is the moment where the hero's growth, sacrifices, and lessons culminate in a battle that will determine the fate of the world. The Chosen One typically faces the antagonist in a showdown that tests all of their abilities and resolve. However, the nature of this final confrontation can vary depending on the tone and themes of the story. In some cases, it is a straightforward battle of good versus evil, with the Chosen One using their powers or skills to defeat the antagonist. In other cases, the final confrontation may be more symbolic, involving a mental or emotional struggle that challenges the hero's beliefs or identity. In Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker's final confrontation with Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine is not only a physical battle, but also a spiritual and emotional one. Luke faces the temptation to follow in his father's footsteps and embrace the dark side, but he ultimately resists, reaffirming his belief in redemption and the power of hope.